to your location.
You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Exolizer purge. Marking a possessed Exolizer. Deal with it while you still can.
Collected enough reactants to open it.
The enemy has triggered the release of a possessed Exolizer. Purge it before it pumps out even more void contamination. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. Exolizer under assault.
How's it going?
Drive has triggered a void cascade. Purge our Exolizers and keep them purged, so they can stop the cascade getting out of hand.
There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
That possessed Exolizer is spitting out contamination. Use your void power to purge it. Oh, that got their attention. Enemy forces moving to your location.
Fissure. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Collected enough reactants to open it.
Exolizer is working for us now. The enemy has triggered the release of a possessed Exolizer. Purge it before it pumps out even more void contamination. Possessed Exolizer located. Purge it and make it work for us. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. Keep those manifestations away from the Exolizers. Exolyzer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. Any nearby attackers will degrade the Exolyzer's performance. Clear them out to get the system working full steam. Spent Exolyzer has been retired. Exolyzer spent. Those void nightmares are hell-bent on one thing. Manifesting more nightmares. You just lost an Exolyzer to possession. Get it back. Now the Exolyzer's purged. Any casualties you inflict within its field will bring the contamination level down. Our enemy has abandoned valuable supplies. This is yours now. Extract yourself when you need to. Just spiked. Keep your wits about you. We're down an Exolyzer. Working on backups. Exolyzer has been retired. Exolyzer spent. This discovery might interest you. Cascade just hit a new level of intensity. Be careful. You have no idea what it could manifest. Exalizer, working on backups.
This life belongs to him.
Spent Exalizer has been retired.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Contamination spreading. Exalizer spent. Cascade losing steam. Exalizer, working on backups. Our enemy's folly is your gain. Exalizer spent. Spent Exalizer has been retired. Spent Exalizer has been retired. Exalizer, working on backups. We're down an Exalizer, working on backups. Contamination levels going in the wrong direction.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Spent Exalizer has been retired.
Against us!
Exalizer spent. Struggle has its benefits. Spent Exalizer has been retired. You just lost an Exalizer to possession. Get it back. This Cascade is growing out of control. Keep any roaming thrax away from that Exalizer until it discharges. That'll nip this Cascade in the bud. Exalizer spent. Cascade receiving.
relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
We're down an Exalizer, working on backups. Exalizer spent. Enemy bounty secured. Exalizer, working on backups. Exalizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. Any nearby attackers will degrade the Exalizer's performance. Clear them out to get the system working full steam. Spent Exalizer has been retired.
Open the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Exalizer spent. Spent Exalizer has been retired. Ah, the Void has manifested something other than a nightmare. Working on backups. We're down an Exalizer. Working on backups. Spent Exolizer has been retired. Exolizer spent. Struggle has its benefits. Spent Exolizer has been retired. Cascade intensified. Subsiding.
Collected enough reactants to open the relic. Working on backups. Exolizer spent. Exolizer has been retired. Contamination levels going in the wrong direction. See what you make of this.
Exalizer spent.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
We're down an Exalizer, working on backups. Spent Exalizer has been retired. Exalizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. Exalizer spent. This discovery might interest you. Cascade intensified. Now the Exalizer's purged. Any casualties you inflict within its field will bring the contamination level down. We're down an Exalizer, working on backups. Exalizer, working on backups.
Your relic is open.
Exalizer spent. Exalizer has been retired. Our enemy's folly is your gain. Contamination spreading.
Take care. The ways are dark and devil hunted.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
We're down an Exalizer. Working on backups. Exalizer spent. Spent Exalizer has been retired. This Cascade is growing out of control. Spent Exalizer has been retired. Enemy bounty secured.
How you doing, Baron? Are you been playing around with a Halvu? I've seen that Moog made a build in the Halvu that uses Jade Stars, and the Halvu to buff the status chance. So 10 stacks of... I think 10 stacks of Tau increases the status chance of Jade Stars a lot. And then Charm can also make the Halvu's Alt Fire and Jade Stars crit. Because Charm guarantees orange crits and everything, so that's a nice little interaction. So the Halvu and Charm, and then Jade Stars in the Halvu, that seems quite a cool little combination. The damage this Ballistica does is just absolutely crazy. Watch.
working on backups.
Yeah, I really hope I get it soon. I was hoping Barrow would have it right now. I've seen there's been a bit of outrage because Barrow has not had all his inventory like promised. He's got something like most of it, apart from the... he doesn't have the Halloween stuff. Barrow supposedly doesn't have some of the Halloween stuff, the spooky Barrow stuff. Oh yeah, the Lich stuff's fun. I still need to get the Quanta, the Tenet Quanta. It's the one that I'm missing, but because the Quanta Vandal's so strong and so good, I haven't been bothered to go and finish it. I've got it. I think I've got it in its final stages that I just need to kill the boss, and then I can get the Tenet Quanta. But supposedly the... Oh, that's unfortunate. But supposedly the Tenet Quanta isn't as good as the Quanta Vandal, so I don't know if I'll bother really finishing it anytime soon. I can't believe I'm playing with a Limbo. Usually I just quit the minute I see a Limbo, but this is being annoying. But the good thing is the Flechette Orb can still damage the Flechette Orb seems to be damaging these people that are in the void. I know that some abilities can still damage the people in the void. I don't think melee influence can. For a while, melee influence was damaging them, but I don't think it can now. What country do you live in, Baron? Is it the UK or America? I'm sure you told me this before. You know, it's one time I put a random set of the Lich mods in, and the first stab I killed the Lich. First time, perfect setup. It was so insane. I've never seen anything like that before. South America. Oh yeah, that's it. I've completely forgot. Yeah, because we discussed. You sent me some Ash videos, did you? How are you getting on with your PC? Your PC was lagging. Is that? Am I right? No. Okay, there was somebody that sent me some Ash videos. I can't remember who it was. Was it you that had the laggy PC? This levels of damage is just insane. Look at that, 36 million. Just ludicrous levels of damage to Ballistica. I've seen it up to 100 million, 400 million. No, okay, there was somebody else that I used to talk to in my lives quite often that sent me some videos of their Ash build. This is like Ash cool rework stuff. There was somebody else that sent me some Ash videos. I can't remember who it was. No, okay, I can't remember who that other person's name was.
This Cascade is growing out of control. We are down an Exalizer, working on backups.
I don't know where that guy's disappeared to, because he used to come on and talk quite a lot on here, and we send each other videos. Okay, you do whatever you need to do. So, if we're going to be going to Tau soon enough, I really hope I get some sentient liches, and that'll be very interesting if I get sentient liches. You know, if we can get something that's going to be like multiplicative, and it's going to have built-in Tau status damage, and then, you know, say it's got an alt fire like a Stalta, that's going to absolutely make me. It'll be the only gun I use in Warframe probably if we get some sort of thing like a Stalta. Oh shit, it was unfortunate. He must have been in the... Yeah, this fucking Limbo. This is why I keep getting shit done to me. Yeah, if we could get something like the Stalta with Tau status effect, I would love that. Because we get a free element on it, probably go heat, then mod it for vital, probably get rid of him with toxin and base damage. So that would free up 2 slots, so we would then easily get, we could maybe go corrosive heat built in very easily. Maybe go magnetic, actually. Go magnetic built in, yeah. And then 60% magnetic, mod it for vital heat or corrosive heat. Then it's got built-in Tau, so it's going to be proccing crazy statuses. And then if it's a multiplicative gun with an alt fire, I think it would replace all the starter lovers. I don't see any other reason why we would use it, especially if it's multiplicative in both fighting modes. I really hope it gets some sentient liches. I'll be back in a sec. I'll go grab something. What have we got here? Gyre. I'll do Gyre. Wait, no, we'll do the Caliban. I think Caliban might be vaulted soon.
Spent Exilizer has been retired. Exilizer spent.
See, this is an issue here with Limbo. And God, if Lachette can still damage them on my 1. Because it's an absolute nightmare to try to fight these guys when my guns can't fight them and they're overrunning, the Exilizer. We just need to throw down abilities. Thank God I got good abilities. Because we'd be up shit creek here if we didn't have an option. Definitely would have been up shit creek. But see, the Flechette is still damaging these guys even though Limbo's banished them. Which is really quite handy. If we went two Limbos, 2 Robins, Limbos could make us immortal. Vomins could lock down areas. Well, we wouldn't need to because we'd be in the void. But, we could just Flechette the place, throw down our 1 augments and blow everything up while the Limbo went around with his guns. Kept us immortal. And rid off these areas very easily.
Just lost an Exilizer to possession. Get it back.
Which would be quite a fun mode actually if we went to Limbo's 2 Robins. Look at the amount of stats effects in this dude, and we can't shoot him with a ballistic. That's annoying. Because we would have blew his head off with 1 shot.
Exilizer has been retired. We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. Exolizer has been retired. This discovery might interest you.
Baron, I don't know if you've seen that Lavos build that I was playing around with the Sancti Magistar modded for heat, then with force, melee influence with valence formation. That is really funny and it's insane because you can just health tank all the way to level cap with it. And because, you know, the Sancti Magistar is going to give us health back on top of having Well of Life over our 4. You know, Lavos can just jump around, immortal, out heal any potential damage, and force melee influence on every single slam and spread heat everywhere. It's really funny. It's well worth a try. Just need a few blue shards, and that's it really. A few blue shards, and then he's ready to go. And he's going to smash everything he goes against. Good fun little setup. It's like almost as brain dead as Revenant really. Revenant slam build, it's essentially the same thing. You're immortal. You only need caster electric ability, and then with Arcane Sculptor, you know, you've got Arcane Sculptor with Lavos 3, you've got insane efficiency which cools down all his abilities very quickly. Hello. But you know, Vauban's just using Arcane Sculptor constantly as well, with his 1, his 2, and his 3. The only one that can't do it is 3, but his 3 is replaced with Nourish anyway, so it doesn't really matter that you can't do it with his 3. But yeah, Arcane Sculptor is really nice. On Gara as well, Arcane Sculptor on Gara is insane. Just insane levels of energy with Gara now. That was always somebody that I struggle to maintain my energy with, playing Gara. I don't know if you've played her much. I haven't put that much time into Gara. I've took it a level cap once, but I was struggling with her a bit, to be honest. I don't know her that well. And also this 4 vector pad Vauban is insane. You get 4 times the boost. Go over that there, then you go over this here, and it's just crazy. Don't actually know the maths and the boosts I'm getting with these vector pads, but it quadruples it. I don't know if it's multiplicative or how it's working. I haven't really, to be honest, used the vector pads much because the damage is so good already. I've never tried using it. Everything died without even using the vector pads, so I thought, what's the point in using them? But yeah, I'm going to start using them a lot more now.
Exolizer spent. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. Our enemy's folly is your gain.
What do you think's your favourite lich weapon then, Baron? I think the Kuva Hind's quite an underrated lich weapon. It's pretty strong, it's pretty fun. I really like the Tonker as well. You know, if I take the Tonker out with Vauban and I shoot one of these marked enemies and they blow up, Tonker's great. It really improved. It's already great, but you know, if you mark the enemies with Vauban's one in the augment and then you kill somebody with that, you just blow the whole rooms up real easily. It's nice. I'm really struggling with this Acolyte here. What's going on? There he goes. That's him. Yeah, if you mark these dudes here, then you tonk them. It's just crazy how much damage you can do to the whole room. What you mean, getting the actual weapons, hunting the liches to get them, or what do you mean, like setting them up, or what? I think the Nuker has probably got to be the best one we've got. I don't think much can come. The Arcaplasm or the Nuker and the Bass Assist, I would say, are my three favourites damage-wise.
We're down an Exilizer, working on backups.
Yeah, I kind of joined Warframe just after that nerfs happened. I didn't get to enjoy the meta of the Tsar and everything, so that was really annoying. I wanted to get into that, and I put a lot of effort in getting them. And then everybody in my clan messaged me saying, "Oh yeah, they've been ammo nerfed. They're terrible now." Basically, I'm gutted I never got to see how good the Kuva Brahma could have been. I think we've discussed this before. I know I've definitely discussed it in one of my lives. That it's ridiculous that we've got Incarnin, infinite ammo, blow up the whole room weapons, but we get the fucking Tsar and the Brahma nerfed. It doesn't make sense, to be honest. I know what you're saying about the Tonker. I know what you mean. It's just the way that I have the Tonker set up is magnetic. Magnetic. It doubles the ammo size. What else? I can't remember how else I've got the Tonker set up. But my Tonker seems pretty strong. You know, it's doing like a couple of 100k damage. It's got hunter munitions in it as well. I think it has to have that because the AOE will do decent enough AOE slash procs. It does need a bit of a boost though, the Tonker, to be good though. You're right enough there. This is a messy, messy Cascade run.
Exilizer has been retired.
You're completely right there. You're completely right about that. If they even gave the Ogress a bit of crit chance, it could have been a lot better. I've never been a fan of the Ogress. You know, anytime I unveil an Ogress or Riven, I immediately sell it for 80 plat. They sell like hotcakes because people do the arbitrations, which is something I've never really gotten into or enjoyed. I find them so long and boring. If you could get steel path arbitrations, I'd do that because that'd be a decent challenge. But if you go into arbitrations with a meta Sarin or whatever it is nowadays, if it's still Sarin Wisp, I don't know what it is. I think it's Sarin with the Ogress, is it? Just never enjoyed it.
Void contamination dropping.
Yeah, the Dragoon, the problem with that is it just never feels strong enough, does it? It's a bit like the Stilla Prime. You know, the Stilla Prime just doesn't feel strong enough, does it? Maybe before they nerfed Slash and Viral, it would have felt good, but the Stilla Prime for me is one that I wanted to like and I could never make it feel strong enough or good, really.
Suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. Keep any roaming threats away from that exolyzer until it discharges. That'll make this Cascade.
I'm just glad that my abilities will scale to level cap, so I don't really need to worry about weapons that much. That's still a prime. It's the Gara's signature weapon. You know, that shotgun that shoots broken glass. Very cool looking gun. Very cool concept. It just doesn't feel strong enough. It's the problem with it. Stilla, I think it's called a Stilla Prime. Yeah, that one. Just never felt too good, and I wish it did. There's a few guns in this game. The Akzani, I've been playing around with that, you know, Mirage's dual pistols that they never, the Akzani, they never made that a prime weapon. They changed it. What did they give Mirage instead? They gave it Stiletto or Axomati Prime instead. Akzani has just been forgotten about, so it's kind of cool. Strong enough, not the best gun, but I like the dual pistols. Maybe one day we'll see that getting primed. Prime Diriga, I would love if I got a Prime Diriga. Akbolto, yeah, that one's cool too. I think that might be a multiplicative on direct hits to the Akbolto. I've been playing around with the Zuge and the Nagantaka. They're extremely strong guns. Extremely strong guns. Especially the Nagantaka. Multiple millions in a headshot. With dead head, aptitude, duration, ludicrous levels of damage.
This Cascade is growing out of control.
I think when it comes to shotguns in this game, all I really use is the bore. Bore, Strun, Yeah, the Zuge Prime I've been playing around with, it's pretty good. But when it comes to shotguns in this game, it's just... The Bass Assist, the Bore and the Strun are the only ones you really need, are they? I got the Bratton Vandal because it became affordable, and I've been playing around with it. How's it going? Yeah, the delayed explosions are a bit annoying, are they? But, oh shit, the levels of damage are pretty good. I'm not bad. How are you doing? The delayed explosions throw you off a bit. And I think it's only multiplicative on the initial hit. I don't think the delayed explosion's multiplicative at all. Which can throw you off a little bit too. I suppose it's extra damage, though I'm not going to complain about. I don't know how I'm hitting these people. I must have rolled into the void or something. Oh yeah, I'll put that up, and when we get out of this, or I'll just put up a video about it. The Kuba-Ein's nice with the different fire modes. It's pretty good. Very strong on single target or burst fire. Very, very strong.
Bent Exilizer has been retired. Struggle has its benefits.
I think that's another bot in my chat. That's a few times it's happened now. Yeah, I enjoy playing this. Sorry if you're not a bot, but I keep getting bots coming in here and I'll ask them if I want them to do art and shit like that for me. So I don't know why this has happened. It's like 3 or 4 times it's happened now. People come in here, leave a few comments and say, would I like them to make art for me? So keeps happening.
Keep Vigil alone.
Cascade is approaching critical levels. Your time is running out.
Oh yeah, the hack's definitely a monster, is it? The hack with that multi-shot fucking setup's crazy, is it? The hack's gonna blow the head off anything. Yeah, the Sobek. I only ever use the Sobek on site. Uriel used to be able to use it, but now it's fucking unreliable to pick up the fire. You know, the little fireball things that Uriel drops. That's quite unreliable to pick up nowadays, so I don't use it on Uriel. But I do use the Sobek on Araxia and Saren, but in my opinion, it's just best on Saren. I get it on site, it's insane, it's going to do the most damage everywhere. Sobek for me just suits Saren best, I think. That's who I have the most fun with. Oh shit, that slash procs are nasty. I'm really showing how rusty I am. Plus, I don't think this limbo is really helping the situation. I don't really know how to handle this limbo shit. I'm trying to think of other adversary weapons I like. The Kuva Seer is insane. It's multiplicative damage. The Tenet Diplos, they're pretty strong. I'm going to get the list of them up and I'll tell you the ones that I like, because I do enjoy the adversary weapons, they're cool. I'll get a list of them up in just a second, this break right here. And then we'll talk about the rest of the adversary weapons and what ones I think are definitely worth investing in if you haven't. But they definitely don't need 5 Forma. DE should drop that down to 3 to max the rank, because 5 Forma is a waste. You know, you end up with so much extra shit that and space that 5 Forma is never enough. It's just far too much. Yeah. Yeah, the Coda Hema is a cool one. I like the Hema is extremely strong too. The Coda Hema, that's a multiplicative gun. That's a really good one, Baron. That's a belter of a gun. It can hit multiple millions easily on headshots, and you could proc theoretically nourish with it constantly on the reloads. But you know you can proc nourish just as easily with anything else, can you? Really? This is a really strange round of Cascade. Everybody's just all over the shop. Let me get these adversary weapon list up again, because my mind just went blank on what to actually really like. This limbo is really fucking up this for me. It really is. I cannot get into this swing of things of who I can shoot, who I can't shoot. I never usually die this much as Vauban. I very rarely die as Vauban, to be honest. Most of the streams I've done as Vauban, I don't struggle. And a half thrown off though with this limbo.
Working on backups. Exolizer spent. We're down an Exolizer. Working on backups. Exolizer has been retired. This discovery might interest you.
Sorry, I had to get your full comment up there to read about it. Well, the Bass Assist, I'll give you a build copy, and the Bass Assist should be hitting, you know, hundreds of millions, Baron. The Bass Assist needs to have galvanized shot or whatever it is on it. It needs to have something like that. Yeah, this fucking Limbo's throwing me right off. Fucking hate Limbo. But yeah, the Bass Assist will hit for hundreds of millions. It'll one-tap everything all the way up to level cap. I'll give you a build for it after I do this, or I'll upload a quick video for you to reference afterwards. But you know, the Bass Assist is definitely one of my favourite guns. It'll just need a little bit of playing around with the modding, and I'm sure you're going to really, really like it. I think my Bass Assist is corrosive heat magnetic, I think. Can't remember. And, you know, I one-tap everything, Thrax, everything. It will go through them as long as you've got them primed up. With a Hound or a Dirigar, something like that, the Bass is going to blow whole rooms up. Especially with, you know, I know I'm like a broken record here, but with Vauban, we just throw down his first ability and we can pop one person's head with the Bass Assist, and you're going to blow up the whole room. It's an absolute beast of a gun. It's like the Coda, it's like the Tenet Arca Plasma on steroids. It's a fucking monster. And if we throw down this, look at this, we mark these people with the blue shit, and then they can all blow up. And if you won, you know, you shoot one of these dudes with the marked, if I can do it, they're with the marked, with the blue stuff, they're going to just blow up whole rooms with a Bass Assist. I don't know, is this going to go through the Limbo shit? No, it's probably not. I fucking hate Limbo. We'll go in another room. Preemptively strike this here. We throw these down here, and we mark this dude here. You know, if this was the boss assist and we one-tap this blue dude here, the whole room will just explode and kill everybody. Plus the boss assist got built in blast, so we would technically be doing, you know, like magnetic heat, corrosive blast on the boss assist. And it'd be really good. I definitely like the HEMA though, you're right about that. Let me get this list up of the other adversary weapons we have, because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. So you see the way they all exploded there. You know, one tap from the boss assist will do that to whole rooms when they're marked up like that. But yeah, you should have good fun with it. Well, if you're still here at the end of this stream, I'll pull up the boss assist build. It's definitely worth something investing in it. But the thing is, any of these guns that have got the multiplicative CO in them, the bug of multiplicative CO, they just wipe through everything so easily. Because, fuck me, what is going on tonight? I keep getting slash proc really bad. It's fucking limbo. Please, rework limbo, because I can't cope with this fucking people being in the void and not being able to shoot them. Like that shit. I need to force to throw down that and hope they die in time. Oh shit. I'm up shit creek today. I really am not playing well. Still got slash proc. Oh no, slash proc's gone good. Right, we need to get our energy back up. Need to rely on more overguard, that's our issue here. Our hound, the puppy isn't keeping up our overguard. We'll get some more kills with the ballistica, maybe that'll help us.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
If this asshole keeps on putting everybody in the fucking void, what we're going to be able to do?
Exolizer spent. We're down an exolizer.
Yeah, there's hound here. I think most of my hounds have just been direct ones from the sisters. I haven't built them all yet. You know, I haven't built them out of the parts yet. I didn't know if there was much of a difference. Is it just a personal preference or what is it? 265 million from a pistol is absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, the hounds, I absolutely love them. It's what I'm using basically all the time in VOD. And now was diehard Diriga before, but now I think the hounds keep the Arcane Hotshot procced a lot better. Lock off this area over here too. I absolutely love the hounds. They're so good. I think they're probably the best companion we've got right now. I used to be diehard Nautilus when my friend gave me a Verglass ribbon, but it just doesn't compete on playing Vauban compared to what the hounds can do. Right, so let's have a look at these adversary weapons and we'll discuss them again. I'm still trying to half look at this list, but I'm still trying to keep my game up here. I'm not playing the best tonight. You might be tired. But we still got marked sacks, we do good. So we're almost at level cap. We'll get out of here and we'll go through the adversary weapons in the simulacrum. Show what ones are worth it and what ones aren't, I suppose. You as well. It won't take that long to go through them all. Yeah, the Seer is insane. There's something else a bit like the Seer. What is it? It is the Spirex. The Tenet Spirex is other sleeper of a gun. The Tenet Spirex has got built-in magnetic, I think, as well. Tenet Spirex is fantastic. A fantastic disruption gun. You know, we can make it AoE with our 1 on Vob and 2, which is nice. You can pull it out like the Ballistica here and, you know, shoot one person, kill them, but then if they're marked blue, you can just kill the whole room, which is really nice. And God, this level cap's almost over. 2 more rounds, because this is not going well. So we've got Kuva Brahma, not worth using anymore. Kuva Shakur, pretty good, but again, it's single target, is it? Kuva Ek, strong. Kuva Hind, pretty good. Kuva Karak, it's okay, but why would you use it when you got the Hind? Kuva Comb, extremely good. If you can get a bit of fire on the Kuva Comb, extremely good gun. Insane status, insane crit. Ogress we've spoke about, not that great, is it? What else have we spoke about? Quartak, pretty strong, yeah, that's a pretty strong one. The Kuva Quartak. Again, that's like a kind of full auto, almost Kuva Comb feeling gun. Sobek we've spoke about as well. They're probably the best version of the Sobek, is it? Because we don't have like another version, we just got the base Sobek or that. Honker, I really like it, the Tsar. Tsar's kind of been nerfed into the ground now, is it? We can't really use the Tsar as much as we used to be able to use it. We'll go through the other adversary weapons in a second. I've got builds for all of them, I think. That is just ludicrous damage, 56 million. No, it's not as high as the other ones we've seen, but you know, just off the wall level of damage. That 62 million heat, 58 million. Once we stack up Deadhead, this thing is just brutal. You know, we're using Fortified as well, so we're not getting as much headshot damage on this Ballistica right now. But that's one tapping absolutely everything in the game. There's nothing going to survive that. The Dragoon, oh yeah, that's one I forgot about. Dragoon, that's one that just feels useless. I suppose you could put the Dragoon in Mag's bubble and maybe make it work, but it just doesn't feel good. It's just not going to feel good. Look at that, 7.5 million discharge there. And not a funky type of discharge that you don't want coming out of somewhere. Good discharge. So that was a prime race, you covered that. There's secondaries, Kuva Brak. Meh, wouldn't bother investing in it, to be honest. Not that great. 68 million, that is wild. Nuker, a great one. And especially now that we can... oh yeah, the Sporotix, I've got that set up. The Sporotix is pretty good. The base one and the other Sporotix is good. We can put on Nova, make it crit with Harrow, so it can become really strong. Sporotix, yeah, that's a good one. This is the Kuva ones in this list that's coming up first. So the Seer, really good. Twin Stubba is okay. Kraken, it's not bad. The Tonker, yeah, I like the Tonker. Tenet ones, what have we got here? We've got Archiplasma, fantastic. The Envoy, extremely strong. I think it's the most used in the Chinese servers, the Envoy, because they kind of just camp inside the walls and then spam it. I need to scan these guys. Shit, what am I doing? Put it down the Nezha trap. Yeah. So, Archiplasma, great. Tenet Envoy, good. Ferox, okay, not really needed. Flux Rifle, okay. Galaxian, fantastic. Tetra, absolutely fantastic. Secondary, Cycron, pretty good. Detrin, not bad. What else have we got? Diplo's really strong. Just the lock-on gimmick lets it down a little bit. The Diplos can hit insane damage as well, though. The Plinks, I absolutely love the Plinks. Extremely strong in a disruption gun, or you know, to quickly give yourself overguard, you can use it that way as well. Kind of, you know, if you fight in a big group of enemies here, you can go overguard with it like that. Yeah, I like the Plinks. I used to play with the Plinks a lot. It was like my first good built disruption gun, I think. That's our affinity reached. Now we can do. Oh shit. Spirit X, really strong gun as well. I really like the Spirit X. Come on. I need to get somebody. And that's me dead. Oh no, I'm revived. So that's his hit level cap. Ballistica's just a brutal gun. And the Dera, look at this at 5.8 million. Just a brutal level of damage this. Just brutal. Where is everybody? This has been a dodgy Cascade. This limbo has threw me off. What other guns were we talking about there? Get through here. We're really throwing out some damage here. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I've heard about that being quite useful on it. The Plinks is quite a fun one. I think I use Deadhead on it, depending on if I'm going acuity or not. So the Plinks can hit damage cap if we give if you put down Volt Shield, and you headshot a lot of them with the alt fire, then you can hit damage cap with Volt Shield and the Plinks quite easily. A couple of shields down, stack it up a bit, and you're gonna hit damage cap. But that's just pure overkill, is it? Just like this, 360 million or something this Ballistica is hitting for. So we've got the Plinks, then melee, we've got the Tenet Agendas, not bad. Pretty good alt fire. Tenet Exec, pretty good slams. Tenet Grigori, pretty good alt fire. It shoots out a disc that you can make quite strong, to be honest. Can spread influence well. Tenet Livia, I like the Livia for heavy attack builds. Then we'll go through the Bass Assist and shit like that when we get out of here. Is there any arcanes lying about? No. Time to get out of here. Oh, there's some arcanes over here. Dual Toxica, oh yeah, for some reason when I googled the adversary weapons, the Coda ones didn't come up, so I'll get the list. I'll go into the simulacrum and we'll go through them all together. Show the builds I have for it too. If you want to screenshot them, feel free. Whatever's best. Yeah, I really like them. They're pretty cool, to be honest. They're really strong as well. There we go. That's one Cascade down. Thank God. Right. Casual millions just going off with the thingy there. So, done not bad. Let's see what sort of levels of shit we got here. We'll go over these Tenet guns and the Coda guns and stuff in the simulacrum now. We'll show the damage potential of some of them. So what was that there? A lot of kills, a lot of damage. Yeah, it's a very good gun, that. So we've got some decent melee kills there. Headshots. Most of that would have been from the shell orbs and probably one augment. They're not bad. Right. Let's go to the simulacrum. Refresh my memory with what I like most for these adversary weapons. I've got to say, I think the one that takes that would be cool. Where are you? Are you here? You're on my friends list, are you? Are you in my friends list? You are you? What's your name in here? Have I got you as a friend here? I got you. There we go. So you're gonna, that's use it, yeah? You'll also be able to see the damage numbers on your screen watching the stream as well, so you can come in. Nice. I think you need to leave the sim to join me, do you? No problem. So, right, what is it I have?
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Two seconds. So this is this boss assist we're talking about here. So look, we've got a ridiculous amount of damage. We've got heat here. We've got even more heat here because we want base damage. So if you say you got a Riven here that had base damage electric, that would probably be a good way to set up because you would then have, your electric, corrosive, then you could have heat here. You could have it magnetic here or whatever. I've just got heat because I think I want the heat to outweigh the other stuff. So, on a Riven here, you would either want base damage if you don't have Blaze, critical damage, critical chance, and then we've got Deadhead here. So the levels of damage this does is just insane. So you'll see it in sim, but you won't be able to see the damage numbers compared to what it'll be like if you're looking at the actual video on the stream. So we get these guys in here, we give them a little bit of priming. With the Diddiga here. Now, yeah, if we remove the Riven too, we'll still do insane damage. So, no stacks, look at this. 42 million, 39 million blast, 102 million, 17. So, level cap have 14 million health, I think. Every one of these hits is doing enough to kill level cap enemies. 41 million, just ludicrous damage. It's 85 million. So if we pull this out without a Riven, we'll see how we do. We'll probably do alright. Pull that out there. Let's put just electric in. Where is it? Shell shock. So we've lost a bit of crit damage. We've gained a bit more damage. So this would be the way I'd have this. Corrosive, heat, magnetic. Mostly heat, obviously, damage coming off of this. We spawn these dudes in here. No stacks again. Off the rip, it's doing pretty good damage. Then once we get a few kills, 41 million. Nobody's surviving this regardless of what level they are. 43 million, 76 million, just brutal. And then, if we factor in things like I was saying, like if we throw in Robin's one augment, if we put down the one augment, look at this dude here, he's marked up. The whole rooms are going to start to die now. Just ludicrous levels. You know, factoring in a bit of armor strip, throw it down as one augment. And the minute this armor is gone, this is going to blow the whole room up. Boom. 8.1 million discharge there. So this is definitely something I would tell all people to invest in with this sort of setup. You know, the galvanized Savvy with the base damage here, and then the Deadhead is really what's pushing this thing's damage over the roof, because it's getting a headshot multiplier as well. I don't think it's meant to have that. So if we look at the Arca Plasma, they took away the headshot multiplier on that. I don't know why they did. Maybe it was too strong at first. This obviously isn't as good as it. Critical chance, multi-shot, critical damage, quite good. He's merciless in this though because the reload's so brutal. But, you know, if we look at the damage in this thing, it's not going to be as good, it'll still be good. But it's still strong enough, you know, 1.5 million, 4.8. But it's not going to be killing things nowhere near as good as the Bass Assist is. It's just on another level. So this would take a few shots to kill a level cap enemy. But then obviously the Bass Assist was just absolutely obliterating anything but one hit. So what else were we talking about? We were talking about other adversary weapons. Again, that's a very similar build. I wanted to just kind of replicate the Bass Assist setup here. Let's see what else we've got. So what were we talking about? The Hind, oh, the Kuva Hind. What do we have in this? So, we've got 2 Kuva Hinds. I don't know why we've got 2 of them. Yeah, exactly. Just use it on mag. That's why I ended up getting it, just for mag, really. So what we've got here, we've got Heat Corrosive Magnetic. What we've got a Riven here. Don't really need this, I suppose. I'm just using this because it's fitting in Serration to allow us to be able to mod more elements in it. This is basically the ideal thing for me, is having an element and base damage to free up 2 of these slots. You know, so this is our Jolt and our Serration fitted in there. That's all I really care about that for. And this is going to be pretty strong. So, you know, that's the stats in it burst. See, 75, 5.9. Then you go down here, what's this, semi, 111, 8.1. Then you go down full auto, 63, 5.3. So with a bit of priming, this thing's going to go ham. So we'll let this prime them up, give a bit of viral. So what fire mode's this? This is burst fire mode. I would say this is its best mode. So once we get a few of these stacks up, look at that. Just brutal. More than enough damage to wipe out anything, really. So for something that you can get, what is it? The minute you unlock your adversaries, you can get this, regardless if you're not, regardless if you're not MR rank. Now, if we put this onto semi-auto, look at the damage it can do now. So it actually becomes quite a lot stronger. 4.5 million a hit. Then we've got multi-shot too. 2.7 million a hit. What was that, like 6-7 million there? A couple of them shots are going to kill a level cap really easily. 2.7 million. So the Hind's a really good one, I think. Then here's our full auto. This would be our weakest, but it's still by no means weak. Look at this. So, if something can be multiplicative, I like to try and get a Riven that's going to have one of the elements to make either corrosive, heat, and then basically serration. That's what I like to have on any guns that are going to be multiplicative. So that's a lot of damage, as you can see there. So that was the Hind. What else were we talking about? Oh, the Tonker. So, what did I get in this? Now, I think I had a Riven for this for magazine size. That's what I'm mostly cared about. because we can buff this up to look 2 shots before a reload, which really helps it. So it's this viral magnetic slash. That's buffing the mag size. The Riven's buffing the mag size, and that's all we really cared about here, was that in mag size really, and it should do not too bad. Bring these dudes up. In direct hits, I believe it is multiplicative. But once we get some stacks up, so you look at this, so we can get 2 shots off before we reload, and it's not looking too good yet, but wait till we get it up. If we get a few direct hits, kills, we'll do not bad soon. So here we go, we're starting to take a bit of shape now, look at it. Doesn't look great still. Get a few kills. But, a couple of 100k is not too bad really in an AoE weapon. So 1.3 million, not bad. But then really what I was using this for was more this sort of setup. Let me show you. So we've got that on there. And if we get these dudes out, and we use this once it's all stacked up like this, by pulling people in, and then we just go, you're going to wipe out people relatively easy. The levels of damage we're doing is a lot better now, see that? I just pull them in, then throw down one of these, look, and watch. It's going to just wipe out big groups of people in defense or something like that. Nice and easy. So, it can do the damage if you do it like that, especially with armor strip. It's going to do really good damage, I think. These dudes are armor strip, watch this. It's going to just wipe the whole room out. But the Quartak and the Comb are another 2 good ones. So the Quartak, I believe that's multiplicative as well. Where is it? Here we go. And how's this set up? This is set up as, again, try to cram in corrosive magnetic heat, because they're the best elements. I don't have base damage here. I don't know if this thing even needs it. It's really strong. I use auto firing mode when hip firing and burst firing mode when aiming. But there's a weird way to glitch this. If you start firing and then you aim, it'll continue to do that firing mode. So it's something like this. Yeah. Then you can zoom in, see? But then when you zoom in, it's not. If you let it fire like this first, then zoom in, then you can keep it firing that fast, see? But then, if you just fire it normally, it's slow. See? So we'll see how this thing gets on. Should be quite strong. That's the slow mode. Nothing to scoff at, look at that damage. Definitely a strong enough gun. 1.6 million. But that's the slower, more intense fighting mode. Now, if we were to say, we'll do the fast fighting mode, but then I think we could make this a bit stronger if we put some base damage in. Get these dudes in, and then do this fighting mode. And zoom in. So now we can do that fast fighting mode. Look at it. Pretty strong. As long as they're primed up, it's really buffing it up a good bit. And it's got an insane magazine size, look at that. Not too bad, not the best thing, but still not bad for what is at that level of the game compared to what we have, nowadays really. So the comb, I like the comb. Where is it? How did I have this set up? Ravage, critical, deadhead. Yeah, just I would have probably, well, we got our base damage there. That would have been better for that was base damage, toxin. Then we could have put something more of worth there probably. magnetic progenitor. So we've got heat corrosive magnetic, deadhead. Our fire rate in this thing isn't the best. It wants to ramp up. So what we'll do here, just for the sake of it, we'll give it a bit of fire rate. So this should help this a lot. So this thing's a status beast, and it's also became a crit beast in the hands of Aubin with Arcane Hotshot. This should be quite powerful. See, it ramps up, but then once it ramps up, look at that magazine size. Just an absolute monster of a gun. So we've got the base damage on Blaze helping us here, really. But I would have wanted the base damage to be into that Riven with Toxin to free up 2 mod slots, you know. So then we would have no need for our sort of Serration type mod, and we would have our Malignant Force sort of thing handled as well. Then it would give us 2 free slots to fit in more things we maybe wanted more of. So it's quite a strong one, that. Or if I get, we'll change the sculptor back. That's not even maxed out, and it's giving me insane efficiency, locked at 145%. Once that's maxed, that's going to be crazy. I don't think I'll ever have energy issues. So what other Kuva weapons did we have here? We had the Hind, the Martyr, the Brahma, we've already discussed the Shakur. It's okay, it's very strong and single target thing, you know, but it's just so slow and boring. Just that reload, look at it, 3.3 seconds, it's just brutal. I suppose we could go Crux, maybe that would make it better. Internal bleeding on this is really good because our fire rate's locked, you know, so look at that, internal bleeding. Oh yeah, the heck as well. So, you know, we're below 2.5, so we're going to get bleed procs a lot of times with this. Tanninite as well, look at that damage level, it's just insane. So pull this out and then we'll pull out the heck as well. Look at this, and then, you know, if we make this into an AoE weapon, but look at that already. Just mental. 4.8 million. Doesn't even look like there's AoE because we're killing people so quickly. There's not even a chance of the AoE happening yet. And then, you know, if we throw this down, then we can just AoE on that headshot of the enemy, which is pretty crazy, and just blow whole rooms up. So that's definitely a strong gun. Just a bit boring, a bit slow. What's the setup in this? If I had a Riven, I would probably go critical damage, and we've got our base damage there. So if I had a Riven, I would probably go critical damage and heat. Crux is good to stop us having to reload and get that horrible level of reload time, 3.3 seconds, which is just unacceptable. The heck, what? I can't even remember what I had in this heck. The heck, what did I have? I had Scarred Justice, here we go, crazy multi-shot. What's that, multi-shot, 28.7? Oh yeah, the Sear and the Clinks, well look at that. So this is really strong. Ridiculous with Cannonade as well. I haven't used this in a long time, but I think this is going to be more than enough. Oh yeah, we can get good magnetic off of this because if look at the impact and the fire rate. So we can get, you know, our fire rate's locked to what, 2.717? So we're below that, so we should get decent magnetic procs from this. It's like internal bleeding, but for magnetic. Just insane. Really crazy. We could maybe go Crux on this though to really buff up that magazine size. The alt fire in this is just complete overkill. Really crazy. We'll try Crux. It's been a while since I've tried this thing. Where's the Crux? There we go. I think that'll work better fitting the seam of this now. Because we've got so much base damage, I really don't think we need it. I think the status chance will help more. We'll just spamming that headshots. Definitely feels a lot better. Now we've got to reload. Oh, look at that! We can even alt fire headshots. That's ridiculous. Just a brutal gun. What do we have? The Kuva Seer as well. The Seer. So that's really covered these, is it? We've got most of these good things here dealt with. The Quarter, the Raccoon. I've not even really invested much in this because I just can't make it work well. I've tried to like it. I just can't make it work well. It's pointless to even show it's so weak. So what Kuva weapons we got here? We got Kraken's alright, Seer's good, Stubbas is okay, Nuker's S tier, but the Seer here is really good. Seer, with Cannonade, heat magnetic, it's got built-in corrosive, so we don't need to mod it in, which is really nice. That means we can free up mod slots for not having to actually put corrosive in it, which is really nice. Yeah, you're right there. It definitely is. It just can't do the heavy lifting in its own unless you give it some sort of lots of help. But this thing is ludicrous. So a bit of priming. One shot. Once we stack it up, look at that already. A real sleeper of a gun. People laugh at it, but look at that. I don't see why anybody. It's 13 million heat proc. I don't see why anybody would laugh at the Seer when it's doing this much damage. Just absolutely brutal. If we shoot somebody in the foot, they should die with this. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Very, very strong weapon. 45 million, I think we've seen there. And the Plinks is just a Tenet version of that, so while we're at it, we'll look at that too. But this thing is just bonkers. So that's definitely a well worth gun to invest in. Nobody should be laughing at the Seer. It's really strong. The Plinks is just the... Oh no, Plinks, alright. Spirex. Two seconds, folks. So this is a great Riven because we've got damage, we've got critical chance, we've got electric as well, which is freeing up mod slots. We've got magnetic. What did this have base? This came base heat, did it? Hemorrhage, because look at this, we've got 2.5 fire rate, Cannonade, and this is just going to be brutalise everything. And the reload's really good in this too, if we can, land in headshots. So we've basically got that up all the time because that's what this is built for. And yeah, the Plinks, that's how I play the Plinks. I use the QE with alt fire. So look at this here. We've got a bit of viral now, and that guy's got primed up. So we've got reload speed in this, and we've got slash in it too now from hemorrhage. $37 million, 41 million, 60 million. We don't even need that slash, but we're forced impact procs, So we can do it quite a lot. 62 million? Insane. No, we can get that decent reloads because we're going to be getting headshots all the times. So that's a really strong pistol, that one. The plinks, let's have a look at the plinks. The main sort of daily driver plinks I have is, if I'm correct here, is... Yeah, that's what I use most of the time when I'm playing with the plinks, like this. That heat, magnetic, corrosive. On the alt fire, I don't think we've got it there. Magnetic built in. Galvanized shots, multiplicative with base damage, and that's what we've got here instead of having to mod in any base damage with Hornet Strike. So that's freeing up that. More multi-shot's going to help too with the alt fire. So this isn't a QE one, but I'll pull the QE one out in a minute when we take Volt out, and we'll see if we can still damage cap, or we'll see if it's been sort of nerfed or what. This one is kind of just one that I use for normal fire mode and the alt fire, kind of hybrid one. But I'll show you the alt fire one that can damage cap in a second too. So look at this, just even normal fire mode, a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage straight away. Look at that. Pretty strong, and then we'll use the alt fire as well. That's wiping out basically anything you're going to encounter in Steel Path with one shot. Now, reloaded fully. 217 million. Just ridiculous. Why does it need to do that much damage? Ridiculous. 410 million. There's no need for that amount of damage. 255 million. It's going to pull people in as well. If we shoot down here, look at this. It pulls them people in and kills them as well. Oh no, well, they didn't die, but they're basically written off. Now, we'll pull out that QE build. That's proven that, you don't really fucking need that QE build when you're doing that much damage. That's what I like to just, use it like this. So, boom. 184 million, and then it's blew up a heap of weaker enemies around them. So, the QE setup that I was using to hit damage cap was pull off that, you pull off. Oh shit, I didn't even have galvanized diffusion on there. Wait, did I? No. So that was actually weaker than it should be. I should have had this on. Should have that off and that in there. Now we'll try it. We've got a bit of a less AoE, but this is the way it should have been set up. I didn't even realise that I didn't have that mod on there. So this here, get the headshots up. Then we'll do the QE build. Yeah, quite right. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have to pull it out and show people. It's funny. So now with alt fire, we've got even more damage from that alt fire. Now look at it. 488 million. If that's a disruption target, regardless if it's at level cap, regardless of what level it's at, anything over 14 million is going to kill anything in the game. I wouldn't say so. With anything that's multiplicative, like we've been discussing, I would always say go merciless, and if you can, go deadhead. You just want better reload in this for spam. See, it's 0.8 seconds, but you want this to reload quicker, so merciless is the best in slot here. So for a QE, I had this on. So can take that away, take that away. The QE build was this, that there. Painted clip, because more magazine capacity buffs up the alt fire, so that's a free 60% damage on that alt fire with that there. So again, heat corrosive magnetic. What could we put in here? Maybe more base damage. I can't remember what I used to have here. We'll try the more base damage. We'll take out Volt. and this should be doing damage cap in theory. It's the Volt build. What's it using? It's not imbuing it with electric. It's just nourish. Yeah, that's it really. Yeah, we should be able to just do it by putting down the shields. We should hit the damage cap. So get the nourish up. Get this down here. 4 of them I think we can put down. Now we can start to get the headshots ready. Now if we alt fire on this guy here, damage cap. 2 billion minus 2 billion. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. 2.1 billion again. Is there a need in that amount of damage? It's hilarious. 2.1 billion again. The discharge off him hit for 3.3. 1.6 billion. So that's the way to do it if you want to. Now we'll test it. We'll take out. Let's take out. Let's take out Vauban. See if we can hit a damage cap without the boosts of Volt. I don't think we'll be able to hit damage cap. But we throw down some boosters from this. This should give us a decent boost. Right, 4.1 million without any stacks. We'll get a few stacks going. If we'll have to, we'll pull out Deadhead and that might help us. So 14 million. Now we'll try an alt fire. Damage cap without even using that shield. Yeah, just utterly ridiculous. There's no need for that. Absolutely no need for that. 125 million. That was kind of a miss as well. So we get a viral back. Headshot back. Primed up the target. 933 million. So that's without the buffs. But with these buffs, we're going to be able to continuously get damage cap, I think. That should buff up the guns a good bit. So now we can, you know, do this, then get a few headshots off. Then, yeah, 2 billion. Consistently 2 billion. So, an utterly ridiculous gun. It's basically a tiny little gun from Men in Black 2. You know, the one that shoots him across the room. So that's the mods there. What's this got? Magnetic here. You could probably go with. I don't think that really matters. You know, I've just got this set up for a daily driver build, like I showed, where we didn't use the acuity and we had something like this on. That for the boosting, that's really important here. It gives a free 60% multiplicative damage buff to the alt fire. Then we put this in here, and we'll lose that, and we put in this here. So that's just our Hornet Strike. You don't have a ribbon. This is what you want to use every day. Corrosive heat, and if you can get magnetic there. If not, just go pure heat, I suppose. And that's going to do good enough damage to kill everything. And then if it's a QE, obviously you drop the multi-shot and you just put the QE in over. What is it? And that would just be your acuity build. So pretty impressive gun. What else were we discussing? So Cyclone, it's just a nuclear clone, is it? Spirex, we've seen that's really good. The Detrin. Oh yeah, there's still a prime, yeah, we'll look at that as well. So the So this is quite good. I don't know if this is multiplicative. What's this set up for? This hasn't had that much investment in it. This was set up for thermognetic shells. So enemies exploding, death dealing 80 magnetic. So this basically turns it into a Sobek, but it never seems to be as strong or as good as the Sobek. So, you know, it's difficult to make it work. So we'll try it here with Saren, see if we can make it work. Apart from that, it's just a pretty good handheld shotgun, really, isn't it? It's not really anything important. So we buff up this, see if we can make it work. When I've used the Sobek just to run about and kill things, but it just feels lackluster. I could show you something, but it just feels lackluster unless you're using it with them. So look at we've got a detonation there, so that did explode and kill some people there. See that? Yeah, exploded on him. See that? So you can make this work with sight and stuff. It's just it doesn't feel nowhere as good as the Sobek though. Look at that, exploded. It worked. It can work. And for Sobek, let's have a look. So if I was going to use it without acid shells, what have I got here? Heat corrosive. I would pull that off, and I would probably go magnetic strafe here. That's what I would do. You know, if I pull that out with, say, Vobbin here, we'll see how good this does. What's it got on it? Deadhead. Ability is good for stacking up all that. Status, that would probably work. I would always typically just go Deadhead or Crux or Merciless. We'll see how we do with Crux here. Status might be quite nice. I'm sure this will kill just fine. I don't think it'll be anything to rant and rave about though. And I'll show this still, and I'm going to jump off, I think. Oh yeah, the He-Man, the Sporotix. So look at this. Off the rip. You know, you can't complain with it. You know, it's going to chew through everything. Basically a million I hit. Yeah, over 1 million now. You're going to be able to spam it like mad as well, because look at its magazine size. It's got decent mag pool. So definitely nothing to scoff at. Strong enough. It's just lackluster without the acid shells, is it? And a lot of damage there. This is the Sobek. This is the Sobek, but without acid shells. Set up with corrosive heat, magnetic, and primary crux. So we got to spam that quite good. Yeah, that's the Sobek. King Cobra. Deadhead probably a lot better results with damage here. Then we'll go through the other ones. So Deadhead. To be honest, I think that the Crux felt better there. Still a lot of damage, still going to wipe everything out. Just lackluster without acid shells. Decent enough gun, I suppose, but we've got far better choices out there, do we? So we'll just fix this before I forget about it, then go in a level cap without fucking acid shells and kill myself. So we're talking about the Sporothrix and the Stilla. So Stilla, this just feels so lackluster. You know, you've got viral heat set up in this. Look at this. I had a Riven at one point there, but I must have sold it. Big viral in here. You know, how could we make this work? Let's take off that, because we've got built-in viral right now. We've got decent slash already. No, we don't. We've got slash and alt fire, so we'll keep this here, and we'll try and buff up this slash procs with Elementalist. We're lacking in a lot of base damage with this gun. That's the problem, I think. Try and point blank. Get this in here. So now with what we've got, we can outsource the viral. If we just go, maybe we're going to struggle to fit that in. So if we try and outsource it, something like that with it, maybe. Then I know. Then if we put in sweep incineration, we'll get decent slash weighting. We'll see if we can make this work. Actually, what we'll do is we will drop that. We'll put in normal point blank, because I'm not wasting farm on this piece of shit. Do I have normal point blank? Come on, tell me I've got normal point blank. It doesn't matter. We've got base damage there. base damage there. 100 munitions there. And we could put more multi-shot down here. We'll see if we can make this work because we've got viral from Bobbin. This might, look at it. It's a beautiful gun. Absolutely beautiful. We'll see if we can make this work. We've got our viral here. So we get on with this. Problem is that its AoE isn't just not going to hit that well around people. You kind of want to hit the ground with them. So, we're hitting 1 million. Can't complain. We really can't complain, I suppose. But you kind of want to spam the ground like that to hit multiple people with it. I suppose it's okay. It's not bad. But the kind of explosion of glass just feels lackluster. Yep, it's something like that. There's something going on with it. Look at, like, when it does proc the slash, it's nice. Yeah, probably. But the thing is, the slash only procs in the radial. That's why I had to put on the hunter munitions to make the slash proc here as well on the crit. Because the slash really only procs in the radial attack. And when we're headshotting these guys, the slash is... just not AoEing very well. What else do we have? We had the Sporothrix. Now, I had 2 Sporothrix. But the normal and this, but we're obviously going to look at the Coda first. Multi-shot damage, status chance, cannonade, multiplicative on headshots, on direct hits. So aptitude with dead head, then this augment here. Barbs explode instantly. Barbs that strike enemies directly have a 4 meter radius and 50% status chance. This thing's pretty crazy. So we've got 15% crit chance, viral / magnetic corrosive. We don't have heat. If I could have got multi-shot damage and heat there, that would have been perfect. But we'll still manage to do quite well with this, I'm sure. So if we pull now, it's going to be not bad at AoE already, but the thing is, hemorrhage is only on rifles. That's what I always thought. Why don't we get a hemorrhage version for shotguns? But hemorrhage and then internal bleeding, they're only for rifles and pistols. You can't get a shotgun version of it. Or you're completely right, that would have worked really well. That's what I thought of doing before, but there's no hemorrhage for shotguns. There's just hunter munitions. So, look at the damage this thing does. Definitely good damage. 12 million. The little AoE's nice too. They're farting and burping. So this is quite good. It's just I'm not a big sniper fan. My girlfriend in the background farting and burping. Yes. No, she's not. Don't worry, people. She's not. Just try to embarrass her. Now, this was a QE build. I don't know why I put this on. I don't even know if it's going to be able to do the QE sort of stuff. What's this? Pure heat, viral heat, elementalist, thermite rounds, volatile variant. Where's Connor now? There we go. Put this in here. I don't know why I had this set up. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe a QE doesn't even work. But this was the base Sporotix. But it's a lot of damage. I can't remember if we can crit with this thing. No, I don't think we can. No. But you know the levels of damage is insane. Oh yeah, the Hema. Right, the Hema is good. You know, I could drone on about a lot of other melee weapons too that I liked. Hema. Right, go to Hema. Do I have the augment? Yes, I do. Necrophagic Vigor. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. You know, Aptitude, Serration, Deadhead. The holy trinity of multiplicative guns, and the Hema is multiplicative. So this is just busted. Absolutely, ridiculously, disgustingly strong. It's got base viral, does it, this gun? Yeah, it does have base viral. So this is just brutal. This is going to chew through anything. It's going to absolutely cakewalk level cap enemies. So oh God's sake, now this is nuking everybody. This is the problem in the simulacrum. Once your companion starts to nuke, you need to go through this rigmarole of spawning everybody in and wait until that gas clouds disappear. So now we've got the headshots up. I use it that way, yeah, but I use it in any way because it just does so much damage. It doesn't matter who you use it with, you know. It's just going to be so good. Oh wait, this is with the augment. What am I doing again? I didn't even read the augment. I forgot what it does. This is increased critical chance, critical damage, but oh right, okay, half your health based on your armor. So yeah, with right. So if we take out Wisp, where is she? And how do we do this again? We give ourselves big health and then we reload. That's how we do it. Yeah. Right. So get down this moat. And we drain this and then we do it. That's how we do it. I forgot about this. And now is that buffed my Hema? Has it? Or am I talking shit? Necrophagic Vigor, yeah, 360%. There we go. So now our damage should be insane. Once we get this headshot damage up. Yeah. Really strong. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. The 360. I completely forgot about it. Yeah. Just a brutal gun. So get this to reload again, then I'll spawn these dudes in. Now we've got our Deadhead stacked up. And then we'll see how we get on. Look at that. Before they even burst fire finishes, they're dead. You know, the first bullet that hits them, they're dead. Just really, really powerful. This is going to chew through 8.2 million. It's going to chew through anything in the game. One burst, anything's dead. You know, even if we shoot these people in the foot, they're going to die. Look at that. But even before we had this augment, you know, look at this without the augment. Look at the levels of damage it'll still do. Of course, you'd want to use the augment. If we drop that out and we put in, what we've got here, this. Let's say we put this in here. You know, what we've got here, we've got fire rate, reload, crit damage. I suppose it's not that important. But, you know, look at it now, even without the augment, it's still a brutal level of damage. Oops, I keep fucking pressing the wrong buttons here. Oh, I just triggered Mirage's ability. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, you're going to see this on steroids. That's what you're going to see now. We've got Mirage's oh god. Oops. Triggered that. It's another multiplicative buff to the Hema. So Mirage's buff's extremely good in this. and just everything's dying now. I can't really do much without everything just dying because. Right. I can't even get the headshots off now because I'm doing so much damage. Jeez. Right, so. That's without the augment. Look at that. It's still really, really strong. The EMA's just an absolute beast of a gun. Yeah, just chewing through everything. Now, before I go, what am I going to quickly show? So I need to get off in just a second. You know, what's something here that's maybe underrated that's not spoken about? Well, the Aeolak, that's an absolutely fantastic gun. Very, very good. We all know about the Sado, we know how good the Trumna is, we know how good the Tetra is. That's another really good gun. What else? The Jupiter is not bad. Oh yeah, the Tsar. The Tsar is just in a bad state right now, is it really? The Tsar can't... I suppose the Tsar's okay. The problem with the Tsar is lacking its... lacking its... Why is that in there? Don't need that. The Tsar's just completely lacking with its... Now if we give the... Hold on. Put this back in here. If we give this the sight, it's good. Because we can just spam it infinitely. You know, if we do this, watch this. So we just do this with the Tsar. So if we put down this, would it be that? I think it would be that which we want. It's going to just be crazy. If we do that, it's going to be strong. And then you just cast your 2 again. And then you got an infinite Tsar again, back to how it used to be. Cast your 2 every couple of seconds. You're not going to have to reload, you're not going to have to worry about ammo nerfs. You can just spam the Tsar, and it's back to its former glory, is it? I don't know if we can do that with the Brahma. Check. Presume you could, but the Tsar's in a better position, is it? Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't understand why they've done all these nerf and shit when they're allowing Incarnants to just absolutely blow up everything. Well, this is the thing. Supposedly the Envoy is the most used in the Chinese servers. People glitch into the wall and just spawn the Envoy. I don't know how they're doing it, but supposedly that's what's happening. So we could just spam this too with sight if we wanted to. Just the charging time of this is really horrible. Right, that's it. That's what they do. So we could use this, see. You would just have to keep spamming the ammo. Now, before I go, I want to show one thing. Now, this can be quite cool with its heavy attack. So, who was I using this with? I was using this with somebody. Who was it? Oh, that I know who it was. Excalibur for that insane base damage boost. So, if we outsource the viral, this Excalibur doesn't have Nourish. So, if we we do this. Yeah, we run this like this, so we've got viral there. And we do something like this. It was the same as that tack and lug. It's quite funny. We do this, we do that, we get a multiplicative buff, then we do this, watch. It's gonna be quite funny. If we get influence to proc, but you know, it can be quite strong. Where is it? This one was quite funny too. What's on here? We've got electric on here again. So if we take this and do the same sort of thing, then I'm going to have to hit the road. Oh shit, we're picking up electric shit. Oh, you can just blast the whole room when influence procs, look at that. Because it forces blast procs as well, see? What was that, like an 8 million blast proc there? Get that combo up. Multiplicative buff. Yeah, just ludicrous. It's force blast. It's funny when the influence properly procs though. Yeah, like that, look at that. As it bounces around the room. Like a heavy attack where you throw the shield. Quite funny. You can do the same with this as well, where is it? The Grigori. Oh yeah, you're sitting in a thing he's thrown. So the Grigori does the same too, I think, with electric. If we can get that. But this is a weird slide combo thing. How do you do it? You slide. It's slide, then heavy. Yeah, that's it, look at that. So get this. So it's a normal thing, but you want to slide. So slide. There we go. Do that weird thing. If we can get it to actually shoot out. There we go. So when that procs influence, that can be extremely funny. There we go. Kind of proc influence there. Yeah, what else is there? One last thing. I don't know if you wrote another mess. Have you showed the ALAC? Oh, that's the ALAC. Yeah, I'll show you this thing. This thing's really good. So, ALAC, one of my favourites. It's very like the Stalta. There's the ALAC here. So it's basically a Stalta clone. This again is just a good element with serration. That's all that is. So if you didn't have that, you would just put serration there, and you'd lose the heat. You'd still have corrosive. Still, oh, I've got. Don't need that. Don't need serration. I got that there. So instead of that being there, we could put in something like this now. We could put in Vital Sense, get more crit. We've got Hammer Shot. That would be the way I'd do this probably. Oh, what was it? I'll quickly show this while you're typing it out anyway. This. Oh, the Volcar, I just got that Volcar Wraith thing, but I've not really played around with it much. Yeah, I just got that, I'll show you. I haven't really built it properly, but I'm sure we can make it work pretty good. So look at that level of damage. It's ludicrous levels of damage, as usual. With anything that's multiplicative, you're going to be hitting this sorts of levels of damage. You know, whether it's normal fire mode, look at that. It's normal fire mode. It's insane. One tapping, just absolutely insane. And then alt fire, you know, big damage. And then when you implement shit like this in, throw down the one augment, then we throw down this as well. Look, now we can just blow up whole rooms. Yeah, the Volcar, let's have a look at it. I just got it, so I haven't really invested much stuff in it. Where is it here? I've not even formed it yet. So what would I do with this? I would put Deadhead in here for sure. Oh, and the Nataruk, okay, I'll show you that as well. So what would I put in here? I would put... what would I put here? I would put this in. I would... give that to that Vile Sense Hammer Shot. Then I would probably go... Corrosive. I can't fit Corrosive in right now, so I'd put Heat here right now. Maybe Magnetic. So we'll see how this does. We can make this AoE, so it's not a problem about being able to AoE. We can easily make this AoE if we were just to, put down viral then. Oh, the damage is definitely good. I don't know if you've seen that Fentis video. I want to quickly show that as well. The Nataruk and the Fentis that I'm going to jump off. But the damage here is definitely not lacking. A lot of damage. What was that there? 12 million, definitely not lacking in damage. If you're going to use somebody like Nova to slow these people down and get easy headshots, or if you're going to use Vauban and do something like this, you're not really going to have an issue. You can just lift the people up and headshot them. So it's definitely a strong gun. If we've done something like this, look at this. So we've got that Deadhead stacked up now. We throw down the one augment, throw down our 4, keep this Deadhead stacked up. Like this, you can just wipe out whole rooms very, very easily. Nataruk, very strong multiplicative gun again. Bow. Where's my Nataruk? Here, 2 Forma. I've not really invested much in it, but this sort of setup is going to be more than enough to wipe out things with relative ease. Heat here, this sort of setup. If you had a Riven, you'd probably want fire rate. Fire rate base damage to free up these 2 slots. Then you could, maybe go corrosive heat here, because these 2 would be replaced with a Riven with base damage and fire rate. Then you'd be sorted. But this is a very, very strong gun. Then I'm going to show the Fentis, because the Fentis is an actual sleeper. It is so strong, the Fentis. Look at this. So we got our Deadhead stock. We can get the perfect shots off. There we go. Multiple millions, level cap worthy already. Look at that, 7 million. Ridiculous. 9.4 million heat. Just insane. Really, really strong. 3.1 million. This guy's not even primed up, and look at that. This guy's primed up. 9.1 million. Last but not least, for sure, something that everybody should be considering instead of just fobbing it off as something to buff secondaries. 1 Forma, look at this. 1 Forma, heat magnetic, all the good stuff. And look at the levels of damage this thing is going to do. Yeah, well, this is the thing. Its main fire is pretty trash, but when you can use it with somebody that can help buff it, it becomes really good. So look at this here. We've got the main fire, pretty bad. No stacks, watch this. And now watch the alt fire on this guy. 1.2 million, no stacks. 1.1 million. 3.1 million. 7 million. 4.6 million. 7.6 million. Now, when we start to use it the conventional way, though, I just wanted to show that because it's hilarious. 11 million. 18 million. But now we'll use it the normal way it's intended. Now, the fire rate is pretty bad, but look at this. It's got decent AoE as well. Look at that. Now, if we implement it into something like this, look at that AoE. Yeah, that could kill disruption really easily if you alt fired it. But if we just use it as its normal fire mode here, watch this. It's pretty good AoE. Pretty good. And then, you know, if we pull in something like this, now look at the levels of damage it does in these grouped people. Pull these in. Now watch this. Insane damage, you know, 500,000 per hit. And it's AoE, so, you know, you can just stand here, group people up, and then, look at that. A lot of damage. And then if we implement the one augment into, you're just going to blow the whole rooms up. Now if we do something like this, get these tougher guys in again, throw down a bit of armor strip. Oh yeah, I'll quickly show them. So, you know, now we've got this, and we'll watch this. One headshot on this guy, everybody's dead. This thing's pretty strong, and if you've got, you know, it definitely can't be ignored. So again, that's multiplicative, I believe, with aptitude and that, and because that's so insane, semi-rifle cannonade being multiplicative with that and deadhead, it's just insane. And that's one forma, you know, the levels of damage that done there was really impressive. So we'll go look at the Nagantaka, then the Zug, then I'm heading off. But Nagantaka, 4 formas probably overkill. But we've got corrosive here, serration, aptitude again, the Holy Trinity, deadhead, serration, aptitude, critical damage, insane slash. Not bothering with the Riven, I don't really like it. So this sort of setup here. And then, you know, this is going to do good damage. Nowhere near as good as the Fenris, to be honest, but it's good. So that, a bit viral. Prime these guys up. And no stacks. Oops. Completely missing. Oh, stay still. Yeah. Now we're going to start to see it doing well. Alt fire is just complete overkill, unless you were at level cap or something. But you know, this is just, even this is overkill. Really, the amounts of damage it's doing. If they don't die from the initial hit, they're going to die from the, you know, the slash proc. Multiple millions, like 4 million a hit. You know, that's 3.5 million. But then we're hitting like multi shots of a couple of million each. Look at that, 2 million virtually. 3.9 million there. 2.9 million. And the slash proc's definitely going to kill them if they survive that. Now the Zoot, so that mod's were, oops. Aptitude, serration, yeah, just the sort of standard aptitude, serration, deadhead thing, critical chance, critical damage. And then the Zook, I have a Riven in it, but it's because it's good. We have, you know, electric and damage, so it's just freeing up so I can get heat corrosive in and not have to put serration in as well. So that's just serration and, what is it? It's just a Riven for serration and high voltage, that's all that is. To free up them 2 slots so I can fit in more stuff. You know, is it going to be as good as the Ventus? Probably not. The Ventus has obviously got a lot less effort put in it as well, which makes it quite shockingly good. But this is quite fun. If we get our deadhead stacks up, it's quite fun. That is the Galeriac. That's the, what's that? That's the pistol, is it? I've been playing around with that. That's a fun little gun, that thing. You're right. Now this thing here, once it gets its stacks up, it's really strong. Now look at that. 1.4 million. Oh shit, where are you? Oh, that thing. Oh yeah, I remember this thing. How did I don't know if I set that up properly. I thought you meant the little pistol. Galeriac Prime, what have we got here? We have gain 10% final critical chance for each unique status effect. Oh yeah. So what have we got here? Critical chance called Electric Blast. Condition Overload. I don't know why that had this on, but we'll see how we get on with it. then I'm going to jump. So these dudes are primed up quite well. We should get good critical chance in it. I could probably go afflictions with this. That'd probably be better. Yeah, I've got that built. So 8.7 million electric proc. That's pretty impressive. This with afflictions, 8.8 million. So you definitely can't ignore how powerful this thing is. Definitely a good scythe. Yeah, if they don't die from that initial hit, they're going to die from that forced bleed proc. Look at that, 6.3 million. Yeah, definitely a good weapon. I think afflictions would be the way that I would want to play that. This Sagic, yeah, how did I set this up? Let me find it. Here we go, 3 format. It wasn't an entire waste. So this was, what was this? After inflicting a critical hit, next shot has 6% chance of adding 5 status effects. Yeah, totally, exactly. Yeah, that thing's going to just wipe out everything with Varuna. Enervate, so, you know, look at this. We're getting status. So it's bad status chance, but we're getting status through Enervate, which can complement it quite well, because we've got... So inflicting a critical hit next has a 6% chance of adding 5 status. So you can either just mod it for critical chance or do it this way. I found this was quite good. So basically Enervate is our status chance in this case, and critical chance, because of that unique trait. No, but this unique trait does. Look at this. After inflicting a critical hit, next shot has a 6% chance of adding 5 status effects. So because this will always make us crit, we're upping that chance of that unique trait proccing all the time. So it's a unique little way to play it. So we'll see how we get on with it. So we're going to crit as well, and we've got Arcane Hotshot proccing all the time, which is going to help us crit too. So look, our stats should be okay. So, you know, look at that damage levels. Half a million a hit. Not bad. Amber inflicting status. It's not too bad. Can't complain about it. $789k. It's just a little pistol that we've all really forgot about. It's really not that bad. Look at that. Pretty good. Pretty strong. Not as strong as other guns we've been going over really, but you can't complain about that. I don't think anybody could complain about the levels of damage it's doing. And before we go, the dual Toxica, because we spoke about how good that is. Now the Toxica build I had was built for critical chance and heat. Probably would have been better if I could have got heat and base damage there. We've got Fortifier on this. Corrosive Heat Magnetic. Holy Trinity of Elements. We should do not bad with this. Quite enjoy this gun. Quite a strong gun. Then I'm got to go off. I am knackered. It popped in my head. I just popped in my head thinking about the secondaries. We were talking about these secondaries and it popped in my head there for some reason. So definitely can't complain about the Toxica. Freezing the whole room's quite a nice trait too. Overguard too. Now look at that damage. Is pretty good damage. You cannot complain about that damage. Cannot complain about that damage at all. $2 million a hit. 3.8 million. And that's sort of levels of damage that the Nagantaka was doing. And this is freezing the whole room, giving us an extra layer of survival. So if we use it against something like this, let's go into a room full of these pricks. And once we get our cold procs on the go, it should drastically help us survive. On top of doing decent enough damage, look at that. We're freezing up this whole room, which is a nice little added survival effect we don't really notice on how good that can actually help. Now obviously, I'm going to lift these guys here because I'm probably going to get shot, but the fact that we're cold and all the people Yeah, that Fentis is brutal. It's well worth giving it a little go. I made a video called "The Fentis is Pretty Strong." It shows it as well. So I'm going to shoot. It's been a pleasure as always, Baron. Thank you for joining me in here. But I'm going to go off and I'll speak to you later on. Cheers. Bye bye.